Hello. Welcome back to the channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, don't do unboxings. We might do a few playthroughs in the future. But today we are going to be talking about a scenario-based Lovecraftian adventure game. We're going to be talking about Cthulhu Death May Die, and in this game you're going to be taken on the role of an investigator. You will be trying to disrupt a ritual and then trying to kill one of the two old ones in this core box before time runs out and they take over the world and do you over. So in this video, we're going to be giving you a very brief overview of the rules. We'll be telling you what we do like, what we don't like. We'll come back and we'll tell you whether or not Cthulhu Death May Die is worth your time and bother today and in the future. So remember, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to this channel, hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you after this. Bollocks. So, Cthulhu Death May Die. How'd you play this game? So Cthulhu Death May Die is a scenario-based adventure game, yeah? You're going to be taken on the role of an investigator. It's a cooperative game. If you do happen to have any friends, and I bet some of you don't, then you're each going to take on a role of an investigator. It plays out to 5 players, and you'll take the sheet, you'll put some markers on it to do with your stats and abilities and all that sort of thing. And then you'll choose a scenario. There's 1 to 6 scenarios. Are they meant to run a sequence? It didn't really feel like they did, but you choose one of the 6 scenarios, and then you'll choose one of the 2 old ones in the box. You've got Cthulhu and who's the other one? And Hasta. And you'll mix and match these 2 things together, right? Each scenario will have its own instructions, like you may have to disrupt a ritual, and only then will you be able to get your knob out and dick slap Cthulhu himself, yeah? You'll stick a largely meaningless mini on the board, and this will be like a timer telling you whether Cthulhu is going to be summoned and turn up and then basically wreak havoc with the world, right? You'll set up the board using modular tiles as the scenario will tell you. You'll populate it with a few monsters or cultists and stuff and some other tokens, and you'll have a look at what you've got to do in the scenario, yeah? Once you have done that, then you'll start playing a game, yeah? There's 4 different phases in this game. The first phase is where your investigator is going to take 3 actions, yeah? You can run, which means that you can move. You can move up to 3 spaces, and if you move through a fire space and you don't put the fire out, then you'll have to add a fire token to your investigator, and he will look like that bloke off the front cover of that Pink Floyd album, won't he? You can attack. You'll take all of the dice, you'll roll them, and then you'll see how many successes you got. Successes are the like exclamation mark things. And if you roll any tentacles, then you will gradually go mental, and you'll move your sanity marker up the track, yeah? If you ever get to one of the markers, then you'll stop and you will enact your insanity card, yeah? You'll do this every time you hit that wall, but it will give you a green die that looks a little bit like a square bogey. You can rest. You will recover 3 stress or health. Stress can be used to re-roll a die, yeah, so it's a good idea to keep that up as well as your health. Well, obviously your health, because otherwise you're going to be fucking dead, aren't you, you bloody moron. You can trade. You can do the usual Simon thing, and you can give stuff to other people who's in your space. And there might be some actions on the episode, which means that you can like pick stuff up. You can like, I don't know, open a chest or something, or nick some books or something like that, you know what I mean? Usually stuff that's going to advance the narrative. So once you've done taking actions, then you will draw a mythos card, yeah? You'll resolve it top to bottom, and you'll see there's some signs on there. If you've ever drawn mythos cards and you've got 3 of these elder signs, then you're going to advance the old one and some nasty shit will happen. You'll resolve any special effects it tells you to do on a mythos card, like, you know, the same sort of thing that you did in Arkham Horror and was it Eldritch Horror? And you might have to summon extra enemies at some gates, yeah, just to, well, basically keep the board populated. Then you will resolve your end of turn effects. Anything that says end of turn you'll do. You'll check the mythos discard pile I just told you, right? You do remember that, don't you? Are you fucking stupid? You'll check to see whether or not the elder one has been summoned, and then you'll check other end of turn effects and all that sort of bollocks, right? So once the elder one has got to the end of their track, then they will be summoned, yeah? This is the only time that you will be able to kick their ass. You'll look at what dice they roll, and you'll just do the usual thing with attacking, and they'll either beat you up or they won't. And once you have killed the elder one, you'll turn over its stage card. Yes, you have to do it all over again, probably like 4 times, yeah? So yeah, the rule book says you win if you defeat the final stage of the Elder One, funny old thing, and you lose if an investigator is eliminated before the Elder One is summoned, right? All investigators are eliminated, or the progression token reaches the final summoning track space. And if you do all that, you're either going to win or lose Cthulhu Death May Die. What do we like? But Cthulhu Death May Die. So the first thing that we really like about this game is the sense of exploration that you get just roaming around the map. When you set the game up, you don't really know what is contained in those boxes yet. It's like a sort of thing that, legacy games did, like C4, for instance, you know what I mean? Yeah, opening that box up, seeing what you got to do is really tantalising, yeah? It's quite an exciting experience, yeah? It's just a shame you don't get more old ones in the box. Okay, they're quite big and bulky, yeah, but the miniature is just basically a fucking timer, yeah? It's pointless. It doesn't actually interact with the game very much. It just sits there staring at you like a big fucking garden gnome, right? The way that you can develop your characters, if there's nothing in your space at the end of your turn, you get to draw a discovery card, which will give you an option. It might make you take a penalty to get some sort of item or something like that. And yeah, this is all fine and dandy until you've seen it all, and we'll get to that in a bit, right? So the second thing that we really like about this game is that there are fucking loads of characters out of the box, yeah? A lot of these types of adventure games, they really scrimp on the characters. They give you like 3 or 4. How many is in the box? There's fucking loads. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's fucking 10 in there, mush, and that is fucking awesome, yeah? Because they've all got their own nuances. They've got their own special abilities, all got their own foibles as well. Each character has got like a Battlestar Galactica style anti-ability, whatever that is. So yeah, there's truckloads of characters in the box, and there's even a nun that you can give a submachine gun to, yeah? So don't get any funny ideas. So the final thing that we really like about Cthulhu Death May Die is that the scenario / old one in a box type thing keeps the game fresher for longer. It's like sticking a folded up piece of kitchen towel in with your lettuce, right? Because it stops it from going brown, right? So the fact that you can maybe choose scenario 4, see how it goes with Cthulhu, and then play the same one with Hasta, or maybe take Hasta, dump him in some pasta. What? With scenario 6 means that you're going to have 12 scenarios for the price of 6, right? Is that value for money? It is to start with, but don't we like that Cthulhu Death May Die? So the first thing that we don't like about this is that it was designed by both Eric M. Lang and Rob Davio. Kidding, I'm sure they're lovely people. They can be a little bit annoying sometimes, right? But no, the first thing that we don't like about this is that the gameplay seems to plod, and I find myself getting a little bit bored, if I am brutally honest with you. The fact that you've got to do over Cthulhu or Hasta or whatever like 4 times means that after you've done them over the second time, you're just thinking like, how long is this gonna fucking go on? It's like listening to a drunk old fart waffling on about the fucking war, right? So yeah, it does outstay its welcome. Did find it to be a little bit boring towards the end. Once you've gone through all the 6 scenarios, then what are you meant to do with it, right? So yeah, it did fall a little bit flat for me, and yeah, just a little bit boring. So the second thing that we don't like about Cthulhu Death May Die is that the colour palette is miserable as fuck, yeah. It's more miserable than me. And I understand why they did it, yeah. Obviously, these sorts of games have got to have a spooky atmosphere. They've got to be a little bit depressing, but there's no reason why they can't stick Mario Kart Rainbow Road in here, right? Cthulhu meets Mario Kart would be a fantastic addition to this. It would just brighten up a little bit, right? Either that or Rainbow Bright meets Cthulhu, or maybe the Teletubbies meet Cthulhu, because you've got that massive fuck off Godzilla thing that's on GameFound at the moment. Maybe I could get out my Tinky Winky and see who wins in a battle of the fittest. So yeah, it does look a bit shit. The artwork on the modular tiles isn't the greatest, and yeah, it's just not very inspiring, really. So the final thing that we don't like about Cthulhu Death May Die is that the lack of like a standard game means that this game is going to really kind of run out of steam pretty quickly. I mean, they've worked around it a little bit to give you a little bit more longevity by, like we said, mixing the scenarios and the old one together to give you more gameplay, but that's not really going to last very long. I mean, that's like running a marathon with like a cabbage sandwich or something, you know what I mean? No, not that kind of fucking cabbage. So yeah, I would have preferred it if there'd been just like a standard game and the option of using like scenarios with some kind of progression, yeah, that tells a story. It goes from scenario 1 to scenario 6 with different endings and all that, but it's not that complicated. The game isn't that inspiring, and it's just sort of average, really. Do you know what I mean? So to summarise, is Cthulhu Death May Die worth your time and bother today and in the future? So we're going to say maybe, maybe not. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's not the greatest game, but it's not the amazing experience that we were promised by other people that do this type of stuff, right? The first few games were great as everything is new, but due to the fact that you run out of content and this game relies on sort of surprises, means that it gets old very, very quickly indeed. Thankfully, the scenario / old one combo stops the game from descending into the reaches of a putrid funk plus the gargantuan roster of investigators is a big plus, as is the sense of discovery that you're going to get from opening up these packs, right? But something about this feels unfinished and rushed, and as such, we'd advise you to play maybe Arkham Horror 2nd Edition or Eldritch Horror to get your throbbing Cthulhu handjob fix from a board game like this. So there you go, that is Cthulhu Death May Die. Remember, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to this channel. What are you waiting for? Fucking Christmas? Leave a comment in that section down below and all the other YouTube bullshit. We will see you next time.